What's going on, everyone? Today's February 1st and today's my off day from the gym. Just to give you guys a little recap of my day so far. Woke up, did some client work, and went to the chiropractor. I was going to take you guys along with me to the chiropractor, but they wouldn't allow me to film in there. But I'm very excited to announce that I'm doing my first ever giveaway. I'm giving away an Apple gift card for $25 to one of my subscribers. All you have to do to enter to win is go ahead and obviously subscribe, comment on this video down below, and let me know what your favorite thing has been so far, or let me know what kind of topic you'd like me to cover, and make sure to like the video. Once I get to 100 subscribers, I'm going to go ahead and announce a winner on my Instagram and YouTube and go from there. So make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and it's a $25 gift card. I'll be doing one of these every month as far as a giveaway, just to show my appreciation to all my subscribers for, the support and everything like that, because it really does mean a lot. So thank you guys so much. Alright guys, so today I'm going to cover nutrition and how to set up your own meal plan. So what we're going to start talking about is macros and how to track them. Now I get asked a lot about, hey Corey, can you make me a meal plan? Can you help me out with my nutrition? And I always want to help people, but I feel like it's better to teach others essentially what I do for myself. So let's break it down into what macronutrients are. You have a protein, a fat, and a carb. These are the three essential macronutrients that make up all food. Now when you're tracking your macronutrients, you're going to want to use an app called MyFitnessPal. I'll put the link in the description below so you can go ahead and download the app. It's super simple. Basically it's a tool that allows you to go ahead and track whatever you're eating, and it tells you the macronutrient content, the calories, the fiber content, anything like that you would need to know related to nutrition. And it's just as simple as scanning a barcode or going ahead and typing in the name, whether it be Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, or anything like that, and it could show you a menu with exactly what you're eating. And it's a good way of getting a basis of tracking your macros. Number two, what I would recommend is the scale. Now this is something personally that I've been using for years, and it just allows you to weigh your food, and then once you get good at it, eventually you could eyeball and say, okay, this is 1 cup, this is a couple grams, this is this is that. But it's initially I would recommend using a scale as far as weighing your food out and making sure you're hitting your macronutrients and weighing everything to a T. It just makes everything a lot more efficient. Again, like I said before, you want to make sure you're doing what works for you and what fits your lifestyle best. If that's something that's super inconvenient for you, then you might want to try something else. But personally, it takes not even an extra 30 seconds to go ahead and weigh out some cooked chicken and say, okay, this is 3.5 ounces of chicken. It's really no big deal, and it's super efficient. So if you guys want to get serious about bulking up or cutting down, I would seriously invest in a $15, $20 digital scale that does grams and ounces. So you're going to want MyFitnessPal, and you're going to want a scale. Third, what you're going to want to do is you obviously want to find out what your macros are. Now to determine if you're going to bulk or cut, you're going to either want to be in a surplus if you're bulking or in a deficit if you're cutting. Now for my friends that have a fitness background or already know what macronutrients are, this might sound pretty simple to you guys, but I know there's a lot of people out there that just aren't aware of these things. So to determine what your surplus or deficit is, you need to find your maintenance. Now this is different for everyone, and there are calculators to figure this out, which I'll put one in the description below. It's called If It Fits Your Macro Calculator. So go ahead and click on that if you want to find your macros. Typically what I do when I want to find my macros, for a male at my size, right now I'm 184 pounds, about 5'10", I typically go 2,500 calories as a maintenance, and I go up or down. So typically I recommend going up 100 to 200 calories bulking, or going down 100 to 200 calories with your deficit. And how I set up my macros personally is I take 20% of my total calories. So if I'm doing the math real quick, I'll do it with you guys. So if you take out your calculator right now, once you find your total calories, your maintenance, or the calories that you want to cut on through the macro calculator from below. How I personally set up my calories is I'll get my calculator out and I'll say, okay, I'm going to cut on, right now I think my personal calories are at 2,600. My maintenance is a little bit higher just because I went through a long period of a bulk, and it kind of built my maintenance up a little bit higher as far as I was bulking on 3,600 calories. So right now I'm starting my cut on 2,600 calories. So I would take 2,600, as you can see right there, times it by 0.2, and that would give me 520. So now that I know that that's my fat percentage right there, that 0.2 is my fat. So I would divide it by 9, because for every gram of fat, it equals 9 calories. So with that number I just got, I would divide it by 9, and it suggests that I eat 57 grams of fat. So right now I'm at 60 grams, so it's spot on to where I want to be. From there, since I know I typically do a gram and a quarter per pound of body weight for protein. Typically it's recommended to do 0.8 to a gram. I like to be on a little higher end as far as my protein intake. That's more of a preference thing. When you are setting up your macros, know that it is all preference, and as long as you are in a deficit or in a surplus, you're going to see the results you want. And obviously as you're taking in adequate calories, total balance around from carbs, protein, and fats. So what I typically do is, I know I like to keep my protein at 225. I'm 180 pounds. I know I could go lower, but I like to eat a lot of high protein food, so it works more for me. So I do 225 times 4, because remember, for every gram of protein is 4 calories. So since there's 225 grams, we'd multiply by 4. That would give me 900 calories. So initially, I have 900 calories for protein, and I said I was going to take 20% of 2600, which gave me 520. So I'm going to plus that by 900. Now that's between my protein and my fat, that's 1420 calories. Now my total calorie, my deficit that I'm using right now for this example is 2600 calories. So simply what we do is subtract 2600 from this number, which is your protein and fat. It's going to give me 1180. Now what I'm doing is filling in the cap with carbs. So I would divide this by 4, because these are the calories of carbs. So if I divide that by 4, 295. So that's essentially putting me at 225 protein, 295 carb, and 60 fat. Or what I started my macros at was 225 protein, 300 carb, and 60 fat. And then typically what I do, I look at myself on a week-to-week basis. I weigh myself every day, and I take an average of the weigh-ins. So on a 7-day week, I would weigh myself 7 times, average that out, and on the week-to-week basis, as long as I'm going down or going up, whatever is needed, whether I'm in a surplus or deficit, I will adjust. So if I see my weight plateau, I might say, you know what, let me take out 25 carbs. So then that's currently what I'm working with right now. I just took out 25 carbs, so my current macros are 225 protein, 60 fat, and 275 carb. And it's just as simple as that, and just, manipulating calories and macros and using what works for you. I personally love tracking my macros just because it allows me to have a lot more flexibility. For breakfast I had steak and eggs, and for lunch I just had Chipotle. Don't feel like I'm dieting at all. I'm seeing sustainable weight loss. Typically I recommend to people, if you're looking to lose weight, look to lose a pound a week. In the beginning it might be a little bit more aggressive due to water weight, but typically you don't want to go too aggressive just because you're going to plateau and you don't want that. And never go too low in calories. Always remember that your gym performance, your strength, and calories is energy. Calories aren't a bad thing. Calories are energy. So when you're in a deficit, you're basically in a controlled starve, giving your body exactly what it needs to perform, but not so much that it's going to retain any extra fat. And the same thing goes for whenever you're in a surplus. You want to make sure you're taking adequate calories in, because if you want to grow, you physically need more. You need more mass and more matter going into your body, more calories going into your body, more energy to allow your body to want to grow. Because think about it, if you're not feeding yourself, if you're not putting calories more than you need, you're not giving your body a reason to grow. You need the stimulus, you need the nutrition. Everything is extremely vital to whatever you want to do. This was just a brief overview of tracking macros, calories, and counting your own macros. Definitely check out the link in the description below as far as for MyFitnessPal. I'm going to link a scale, a body scale. I'm going to link a food scale, and I'm also going to link a nutrition calculator. If you want to do it how I did it, just remember that you're going to times whatever number you come to for your deficit, maintenance, or surplus, multiply that by 20%. That's going to give you your fat. With those calories, you divide it by 9. That's going to give you the grams. From there, you do your protein. Typically, I do a gram per. The easiest way to do a gram per pound of body weight. So if you're a 200-pound male, use 200 grams of protein. Multiply that by 4, and that's going to give you your calories. You add the calories from the protein. You add the calories from the fat. Now, whatever's left over, once you subtract that from your total amount of calories that you want to be eating, what's left over will be the carbs. So you fill the gap in. I've been tracking macros for about 5 years now, I would say, and it never steered me wrong. If I want to lose weight, gain weight, it's extremely efficient, and it might sound a little intimidating at first, but once you get it down, it becomes the easiest thing in the world. It becomes second nature, to the point where now I can look at food and I can mostly eyeball it. I'm being serious on my mini cuts, so I'm not so much eyeballing food. I'm being more serious about tracking my food. But it's really, don't let it intimidate you. If you really want it, if you really, want to die down or you really want to bulk up, commit to it. It's like anything. If it was easy, everyone would do it. Obviously, it's not the easiest thing in the world, but I'm telling you right now, it's not the hardest thing in the world. It's as easy, it's as simple or complex as you make it. So if you really want it, get on a program, stick to it, commit to it for at least 3 months. Always, whatever you're doing, commit to it from 3 to 6 months, because this doesn't happen overnight. If you're looking for a get shredded overnight or get huge overnight, that's not how this works. I've been doing this for years, and I'm not where I want to be yet, but I enjoy the process. And if you enjoy the process, then you come to realize that, I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'm a lot better than where I was 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. So keep that mindset, and if you really want to make a difference and you really want to shed those 10 pounds, 20 pounds, commit to it. Regardless of what anyone says, commit to it. Commit to your nutrition, commit to your workout protocol, and get after it, guys. Thanks for watching. This is Corey Lorenzo. Peace out.
Hey, I remember syrup sandwiches and crime allowances. Finesse a nigga with some counterfeits, but now I'm counting this. Parmesan where my accountant lives. In fact, I'm down in this. Do say with my boo babe, tastes like Kool-Aid for the analyst. Girl, I can buy your Westie world with my pay stuff. Ooh, that pussy good. Once you sit it on my taste buds. I get way too petty once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block, then break it down. We playing Tetris. AM to the PM, PM to